Hey everyone! We are so excited to be here. Obviously, if you're following me, I'm Molly.
Johnny.
My husband, Johnny. Obviously, you see pictures of him absolutely everywhere. We are so excited to finally come on here and go live. And if you have been around for quite some time, well over 5 years, you would know that we used to have a show together called The God-Given Couple. And we'd actually go live every week. And it was a lot of fun. So I feel like I'm kind of reminiscing, like just a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit, like the lights, camera, action type of a thing. Well, why we're going on here is we have two big announcements that we want to share. And no, I am not pregnant. I know everybody's going to ask. Let me just no, not yet. Okay. So that will be an announcement whenever that happens. But what we are super excited about is we finally get to do something so special together, and we are thrilled about it. But I'm going to give you a little bit of backstory before we go into that. If you've been following for the last couple of weeks, I recently walked away from a company that I helped build for the last 4 or 5 years. It was very bittersweet. I love that company dearly, everybody that's in it, and it was a hard decision. But when the Lord grabs a hold of you and says, hey, we're going to do something different, you don't say no. Yeah. And the thing that I have always loved ever since I was a news reporter, so if you're new here, I used to be a news reporter many moons ago, got into that to tell people stories and realized those stories were absolutely horrible. But it was a great training ground. I have loved telling stories and helping other people tell their stories ever since. So I've been doing that for well over a decade. Yeah. So when I walked away from this company that I poured absolutely everything into, again, super bittersweet. And I know people that are watching right now are a part of that company. And I love you guys so much. You know I do. I knew that when God said we are going to go full force into helping people create that emotional bridge to really bridge the gap when it comes to stories that actually stick, magnetizing messages, like things that are actually going to resonate with people, not just slapping content up there and just saying, okay, well, I got my posting done for the day. Yeah. Like it's so much deeper than that. There's so much strategy and intentionality behind that. And that's what I get to do full time now. Rebirthed my company. It's called Signature Story Consulting, where you help people create signature stories, a content engine action plan. And then why we're on here today is talking about what we now get to do together. So before we get to dive into what we get to do together, for people that don't know you, babe, go ahead and share a little bit about what you do on your side.
I am simply just a content creator for a lot of coaches, consultants, entrepreneurs of all types. And I've been doing that for about 8 years now. For anybody within like the business sector or even just in real estate, primarily now, been focusing heavily on brand positioning and content creation of all sorts. So that's that.
He's very modest. I mean, I was like, I'm always curious on what he's going to say. Super modest. Really, what Johnny does very, very good at, he's just actually just excellent, is he is a creative director. Creative director. Like you pull stuff out of people, babe. Like they're just kind of like, I know I need to make some content, but you do a really great job pulling the meat out, pulling the depth out to really showcase who they are in such a bigger way. Their person, whether it's a personal brand, their mission, their movement, you name it, whatever it is. And so you do a really great job of that. And also being super modest. We've been doing it for what? 6 years, 7 years?
What?
Videography or content directive, 6, 7 years. He's helped business owners generate into the millions. Even individuals, millions of dollars from ads that he's put together, courses that he's put together. I mean, multiple millions. So he's super modest when he's like, I just put content together. It's actually content that actually converts and connects with people. So why we are here today is because God knew the reporter from many moons ago and Johnny the videographer. And honestly, for those that know me, the reporter, like it will never die. If you get on a call with me, you will know because I will keep digging and asking questions. But God knew when he paired us together, and people have said it along the way. Wow, isn't that funny? Molly's a reporter. Johnny is a videographer. So, like, are you guys ever going to do something together? And throughout different business ventures, we've done projects together. But now we actually get to come together and really be able to offer something that is going to help CEOs, executives, high-level entrepreneurs that want to be able to really take their content, everybody says, to the next level. But let's take it deeper. Let's create those emotional bridges, and let's stop hiding behind the things that we've created and put our brand out in front. And so I'll explain a little bit of what that looks like here in just a second, but I'll take a breath so you can chime in if you want, because sometimes I just take the mic and I just start going.
All right. About?
You have nothing you want to say?
I mean, no.
You gotta love the dynamic. Are you excited to work together finally? Yeah. Go ahead and elaborate on that.
Why don't you report for me? Like, why don't you just like, boom.
Again,
so Johnny, what does it feel like after so long?
I mean, you know that I can, but I want to hear from your side.
I think it's great. I think it took all these years for us to learn how to work together, and I think it's coming together, and that's that. I think it's fantastic. So, Molly, how do you feel since leaving this company and joining something else, and finally really making something come to life? How does it feel?
First of all, we're going to work on his question asking, because that was so vague. It hurt me. It absolutely hurt me. But he's being super modest. He normally likes to talk. So maybe it's 4 p.m. Your brain's in another place. Yeah. But really overall, I am thrilled because I've seen the work he's done for other people. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, gosh, I have so many visions and ideas of stuff that we could do together. And of course, we've executed on some, not nearly as many, because we're so focused on helping other people. But the thing that I love the most about us coming together is one of the packages that we're putting together that I have actually had raving reviews of anybody I've shared this with on calls, people just giving them life updates, letting them know what they're doing. They're like, tell me more about that. I want that. And people already signing up for it. And we're calling it the 2-day immersive experience. So basically it's like a VIP day with me, crafting your signature story, your content engine, your visibility plan, your business strategy with that to get it moving and going or growing even more. A lot of people that we end up working with already have 6 to 9 figure businesses, but of course we can help people that are just starting out. But the second day is huge. The second day is huge because now you're taking what you've learned with me and you get a full content day with Johnny, spirit fingers over here, where you get to shoot your signature story. You get to have reels created from that. You also get to have a long form interview from me, with me, that is recorded that will really be able to showcase in more depth the mission, the movement, what it is that you have. A professional interview done. Professional cameras and a professional by me. I mean, I've interviewed quite literally thousands of people from the news until now. And so being able to have that is huge. So you're getting so much content out of that. So day one with me, really working on crafting and polishing and practicing that story, digging in deep, get that clarity, that business strategy to get it moving. And then day 2 with Johnny. And then we get to be able to have obviously a great experience together, breaking bread, having meals. And when I break that down to people, they're like, oh my gosh, husband and wife team. Oh my gosh, you guys have all this experience. Yes. And it was kind of like, how come we haven't done this before? But now's the time.
Now it's perfect. What?
I'm not even going to give you a question. I'm just going to have you just start talking.
Do I need my hands?
You can do whatever you want. Just say something. He's
I think
quiet
it's great.
Today.
I think it's great just because I know for a fact that with Molly's skill set plus mine, I like to think of myself as a professional question asker. So more often than not, one of the things that clients love me is my creative direction from a filming standpoint, because, sometimes you just never know who you're going to get in terms of who you work with on a professional level, specifically when it comes to video production. So knowing that, we get to tag team on that, I think it's just a match made in heaven. So
literally. And what's funny is he's actually really great about asking questions. And so here he's just being super modest and super shy. And now he's watching himself on Facebook over here to see what he looks like. But don't we all do that? I have the comments up so I can make sure I can see the comments.
That's funny.
So we're super thrilled to do that. That is something that we both love doing. We love serving in that capacity. We love being able to take somebody's dream, their God-given vision, their mission, their movement. And I've talked with so many people recently since I've made this full-time pivot in this direction, the people saying, gosh, God has given me this dream and I've had this vision for X amount of years and I just know now's the time. I cannot delay anymore. So I want you to lean into this part. Here's a teaching moment because I can't help it. I have to like share a little nugget of something. So your content drives the marketing, which drives the branding, drives the sales, drives the leads, it drives the revenue, right? It starts with content. So if you are just slapping content up there that doesn't create that emotional connection and bridge, you're basically wasting your time. So if you don't have content that is having that connection, you're wasting your time. And if you want to bang your head against the wall and go around and figure it out, go ahead. If you want to work with some professionals that can help get you there faster, let alone somebody even to shoot it for you, because we have everything to teach you how to do it on your own, for people to do it for you, Johnny and his team. It's just a really exciting time because God gave me a particular vision of there are so many CEOs, executives, professionals out there that are hiding behind what they've built. They're scared to put themselves out there, scared to be transparent. Literally, it's fear. They will never admit it, but it's fear. It's fear, and they want to possibly put themselves out there, or they know they need to put themselves out there, but it's time to do that. Because if you want to rise above the noise, if you don't want to sound like everybody else, then it's time to press in and do something different. Truly. People need connection. They need that emotion from you. They need to be able to have that know, like, and trust. And you have to be able to know how to drip that in there with what I like to call signature stories to really be able to grab their attention, create that bridge, but then also have something that they'll recognize. Like the Tony Robbins out there, the Dean Graziosis out there, all the speakers or whoever it is that you listen to, they have certain words, taglines, stories that you hear over and over and over again. They have their own signature stories that we all hear and we all know, oh, hey, that's them.
Yeah.
So why don't you have yours? Why don't you have yours? So I'm very excited to be able to work with you, babe. It's going to be super fun because it's been a long time coming to really be able to make this happen. So that is announcement number 1. We have announcement number 2 that's going to come up here in just like 30 seconds, maybe less, unless Mr. Big Question Asker or Man of Many Words over here has something he likes to say. Nothing?
I mean, no. I think you did a great job in covering it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm not signing off just yet because we have one more announcement. Okay. So you all know that I'm like California till I die. California till I die. I love it here. I love the beach here. I love the weather here. I love my church here. I love my friends here. I moved here. Becoming an entrepreneur, I ripped off that Band-Aid with $2,000 in my bank account, moved here to figure it out, and it's been, a little over maybe 7-8 years, something like that. But California is now coming to an end. This chapter of ours in this state is now coming to an end, and we are moving, drum roll. Where are we moving to, babe? I know you have this answer.
LV.
Which
Las Vegas.
That kid's for people who doesn't know. Now, we're not moving to like the Strip or anything, okay? No. Everybody's like, ew. And I'm like, no. There's a lot of really great places outside of Las Vegas, but we are moving to Las Vegas in September. It's like we're just ripping off this huge Band-Aid, doing a new thing. And why don't you tell them why we're moving to Las Vegas?
Yeah, so what's super cool is that I got presented an opportunity from one of my long clients / friends who is a commercial real estate agent, and he does an incredible job at what he does. And he actually included me on a project with one of the projects he's currently on. He's one of the exclusive brokers for the project. It's called Cello Towers in Vegas, and I had an opportunity to work directly with the developers of that project. And from that, I've been able to have access to work with agents, to work with brokers, to work with, just everybody in that direction. And so for me, that's a big deal because I need to be able to, for me, it feels like I need to strike where the iron's hot. And I have a very unique opportunity to work with very specific individuals that will allow me to not only make the impact, but also to just serve a lot more people, and for me, that just seemed like an opportunity. And for the most part, I've been Cali my whole life. So it doesn't really hurt to venture out at this point in my life. So our life at this point. So we have a lot of adventuring to do, but for the most part, if you guys don't know about, Vegas, it's really becoming a very family oriented town around the Strip. I think it's a bit of a misnomer to think that Vegas is just comprised of just one strip of just debauchery. That's not really the case. One of the projects that I'm involved in is actually in Symphony Park, which is an entire development, which is a little bit more higher in luxury, but it's very safe, it's very clean, very family oriented. And on the other side, you have Summerlin, which is kind of the same thing. So that's where I feel like we're going to be developing a lot. And if we like it, great. If not, then we'll see where God takes us. But for right now, that's where I believe that we're supposed to be.
Yes, I remember when Johnny posed the idea saying, hey, we are going to move. And I go, excuse me. No, we're not. We're not moving anywhere. Like, I'm in California till I die. I'm like, I am not going anywhere. For those who've been around for a while, there was a couple years ago where we thought we were moving to Texas. And it was almost like God was like, hey, just kidding. Just wanted to see if you'd move. And that took a lot for me to rip off that Band-Aid and never even move of, am I going to have to ever leave California? Yeah. And when Johnny came to me and told me and basically sat me down, we had a great meal. Of course, he had to feed me first. Otherwise, that was going to be a no-go. He's like, I make sure she's full. And was pitching this vision and was casting this vision, leading me in this vision to say, here's what we're doing. Here's what we can do. Here's what we'll get to do. You know, here's the real estate we can buy. Here's what we can do with our future family. And to have your spouse really lead you in a way of casting the full vision. Still, it's faith, right? We don't know exactly what's going to happen. But I went from like, absolutely not, everything's up here, to wherever you go, I will follow.
It was a brutal conversion, to say the least.
It was a little hot, okay? Because I was like, absolutely not. And then the Lord just kept convicting me and said, hey, you've been praying for this. I'm answering this. You go where he leads. And I'm like, and that's why I said, I will go where he leads. Yeah. So it's, we're very excited about it. We leave here in a couple weeks. It's going to just be a crazy wild ride. A bunch of family members are already like, oh, I can't wait to come visit. It's going to be great. Of course. We'll be back and forth, I'm sure, to California plenty. We have lots of family here, lots of friends here. The beach is here. You cannot keep me away from the beach for very long. I got to get my toes in the sand. But overall, when God tells you to move, you move. And that's what it's about. And then I saw that there's a comment on here, go shine the light of Jesus in Vegas. Absolutely. I actually know a ton of believers, amazing churches, amazing people in Vegas. And same here in California. A lot of people want to leave California because of why? Oh, the taxes and Newsom and this and that. And trust me, I get it. It's annoying. But at the end of the day, God is moving in such mighty ways here that the news will never show and never highlight, ever. But you have to be in the know. You have to be searching for it, because what you seek, you will find. So I'm not going to Vegas to find debauchery. I'm not going to Vegas to find Sin City. I know exactly where that's at. But how can I go be the light, and how can we share our gifts and help other people elevate in their gifts and their talents through what God has given us in our anointing? So that's what I am definitely most excited about. So obviously 2 very big announcements. We finally get to work together, which is going to be super, super fun. And then this move, which is huge. And again, I know it's still weird saying it out loud that I'm going to be moving out of California. But you know what? I know we are ready. Yeah, and I think so too. So very excited. Anything else you'd like to say? Nope.
I think that covers it for the most part.
Tapped out.
Yeah.
Tapped out.
That covers it. Yeah.
All right. Well, this was short. It was brief, but definitely everything that we wanted to be able to share with you, all of our friends, family, people who've been following us for a long time, or maybe you're new here and you're like, oh my gosh, sounds super fun. But just know that God is doing a new thing in this season. He truly is. And he's not going to use a foghorn. He's not going to use the megaphone. He's not going to use an amp. He's going to give it to you in these still small whispers. And so lean in to really be able to hear what he's saying. I know so many people that are moving right now, uprooting, moving, doing new things. Things have shifted and changed, and you have to be able to move with it. Yeah. You have to be able to move with it, because he wants to bless all the seeds that you've sown, and he wants to be able to multiply it in the way that only he can. And that's what we're very excited about. But regardless, we're just excited to be used. We're excited to be positioned in this time. Yeah. And yeah, I'm sure the next announcement may be the one that you're all looking for, because everybody's like, when are you going to get pregnant? And so I'll just say TBD. But regardless, obviously, this is very exciting, and couldn't be more thrilled.
Yeah, likewise. Cheers to new adventures.
All right, you guys. So thanks for tuning in. If you're watching the replay, put #replay. We'd love to be able to hear from you, but love you all for the ones that are watching live. And I'm sure we will see you very soon. Bye, everyone.
Bye, y'all.